Okay, and now we welcome Jean-Marc Lulin, President and CEO of Azimut Exploration, a leading mineral exploration company with a solid reputation for target generation and partnership development. They are currently advancing the wholly owned flagship Elmer Gold Project in the James Bay region. Jean-Marc? 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 The stage is yours.
Thank you. Good morning. Today I'm presenting Azimut. There is a very strong link for Azimut from predictive modeling to discoveries across Quebec. Our real business is to do predictive modeling applied to mineral exploration. If we can summarize in few keywords what we do, mineral exploration is like real estate. Exploration is like real estate. Why? Location, location, location are a keyword. And for us, mineral exploration, good mineral exploration starts with the right location. You have to spending your money at the right places. Over the past 19 years, Azimut has focused its business on predictive modeling to extract what we call the very best target at the scale of Quebec by optimizing data processing. As you know, in Quebec, we have a fantastic and outstanding database that we have been using to select target at the scale of the province through the AZtechMine algorithm, leading us to do systematic predictive modeling. This led us to acquire the largest mineral exploration portfolio at the scale of Quebec. We are mostly focused in the James Bay region, where we have our flagship project, the Elmer property. We have also a strategic alliance dedicated to gold with SOQUEM, and we have recently acquired a large nickel portfolio in this region that we are considering as clearly underexplored for nickel. We are also strongly involved in the northern part of Quebec, in far north Quebec, Nunavik, through a strategic alliance with SOQUEM on 3 projects, Rex South, and Nantes. Again, we have developed the largest mineral exploration portfolio in the province, but Elmer is clearly our flagship. We are advancing to produce a 43-101 report by the end of this year with a maiden resource estimate. Now we will detail a little bit the Elmer Gold Discovery. Of course, you know it's a major advance at the scale of the James Bay. We were considering the discovery the largest one since the discovery of the Elmer mine in 2004. You will see we are making very significant progress. We are reporting very consistent results. We are defining a robust geometry currently down to 800 meters, as we will see it in a few slides. The location of the Patron zone is well located within the property, about in the mid part of the property. Elmer is a classical greenstone belt property, clearly underexplored by the past. The project has a 35-kilometer strike extent. Again, Patron is well located. There is no boundary problem. We have to share the discovery with anybody else. And there is, again, a very significant strike extent for to make additional discoveries along strike and along subparallel zones. There is also several high-grade showings which are well located along strike, which are still underexplored, and we will put a lot of our focus over the next few months to advance these additional targets. What is interesting, we have acquired the property in 2018. We were looking for this asset, which was not available at that time for a long period of time, for many years. The project itself is located along the lower East Main greenstone belt, a greenstone which is comparable to the Abitibi context. What is interesting, the metamorphic grade is quite low, comparable to the Val d'Or context, lower green schist metamorphism. As soon as we have acquired the claim, we started to do a very classical field evaluation. The Patron prospect was already known. It has been discovered in 1999. 20 years ago, before we started to explore the property. We made a first visit, and very quickly we concluded that this prospect was not enough sampled. We started to do basic sampling on something already known at surface, and we have been able to quickly improve our assessment of the system by simply acquiring more data from a surface outcrop. This started really in 2019. We started to do systematic channel sampling. At that time, the area was covered by trees, by some overburden. We did basic work, hand stripping, but more importantly, we took as much, many samples as much as possible. This led us to clearly define a mineralized envelope about 30 meter wide, and this led us to implement a maiden drill program. Now you see we are exploring, we are still defining this zone which remains open below 800 meters. You see on this slide the Patron Discovery outcrop. You see the arrow on the drill site. One of the drill hole we are conducting right now. We are really developing something significant with a clear depth potential, but also along strike. The idea for us is to crystallize as soon as possible a maiden resource. We believe that it's important because we are learning a lot from what we are doing now. We are acquiring data on the shape, on the alteration pattern, the grade consistency. We are learning a lot from what we do at current time, and this will be obviously used to find the next zones along strike or along subparallel zone. Our progress has been very consistent through time. Since the first drilling program, we have reported the initial discovery holes in January 2020. At that time, in January, we knew this zone down to 100 meters. A few months later, we have been able to expand the size of this zone down to 250 meters. During the third program, we defined this zone down to 450 meters. And now the last press release a few weeks ago, we announced reaching 800 meters. And of course, it's still clearly open at depth. Again, the idea is to define the shape, the continuity, of course, the grade of this zone. what is striking out, what is really apparent, is this vertically dipping high-grade core zone with a grade thickness factor higher than 50, up to 450, which is very significant and very unusual. The geometry, again, is consistent. This zone is known along a 600-meter strike length down to 800 meters, with an average true width of 35 meters, with a true width which can reach up to 82 meters, relatively close from surface. And of course, this is providing us some insight about the potential to start with an open pit mining, if we prove that it's a deposit, and then pursue the mining through with a ramp. Again, it's a very preliminary scenario, which will be better established with the 43-101 report. Again, on the left side, you have the longitudinal section, which is not fully defined yet because we are still drilling to expand the geometry along strike. And you see on the right side a longitudinal section which show you the continuity from surface down to 800 meters. You know, we have like some pending results with several holes reaching the depth of almost 900 meters. And of course, this has been already reported, but yeah, it's obviously mineralized and the system is not ending or weakening at depth. Now the big next step for us is to find the next ones, and we are very confident in that way. Of course, it takes time. The first priority for us was to define Patron first, but now again we are using the knowledge we have acquired to better define targets along strike. We have acquired over the past 3 years many new data. As you know, we are a data-driven company. We have acquired a large set of quality data, including a reverse circulation program that we have conducted this winter. We drilled 507 reverse circulation holes, totaling 6,600 meters of drilling. The idea for us was to really sample the top of the bedrock on a systematic basis along a 9-kilometer strike length by 1 to 2 kilometer wide corridor, to have a better idea about the gold background of the bedrock in this priority corridor surrounding the Patron Discovery. This is providing us a lot of quality data added to all the other database that we have acquired over the past years. This position Azimut in a very good position to have additional success along strike. Again, this type of mineralization is largely recognized in the Val-d'Or mining camp along the Abitibi belt, along the Cadillac Fault. You know, it's a classical gold-bearing system related to a regional shear zone. This exists very, very rarely as a unique isolated deposit. Chances are definitively on our side. According to the geological context, the geological controls we recognize, and also according to the context of the property, and according to the data we have in hand at current time. this to say that we are planning an extensive drilling program. We have indicated more than 5,000 meters. It can be much more than 5,000 meters. The idea is really to uncover new zones along strike. Chances are on our side. Okay, now the focus is at Elmer, but in the meantime, we are advancing other properties with partners. I would like to report the progress we made on the Optic Project, which is located 15 kilometers east from Elmer. We have made a deal a few years ago with an Australian-based company, Montreal Resource. You know, this property is located along strike with Elmer, along the same greenstone belt. By itself, the property was clearly underexplored as well. We started to do basic work. We started with high-definition heliborne MAC survey with 25-meter space lines. This provide a very good insight about the geological context, and quickly we recognize the potential for a mafic, ultramafic intrusion based on the MAC footprint, and we did prospecting work. The first prospecting day, we have been able to recognize that effectively we had an unrecognized ultramafic intrusion. On the second prospecting day, we discovered nickel, copper, cobalt mineralization related to these ultramafic rocks. We decided to implement a deep EM survey, which led to recognize EM anomalies. At current time, we have conducted a 1,000 maiden drilling program, and the drilling results will be reported soon. But the idea is to find massive to semi-massive nickel copper mineralization directly related to the intrusion. To summarize, Azimut has multiple catalysts in place. Again, the focus is the Elmer Gold Project. The company is, of course, well-financed. We have $20 million in the bank, and this will provide us the flexibility to accelerate, to reorient, to adapt our programs according to the results. As mentioned before, focus is to deliver this 43-101 report with a maiden resource estimate. In the meantime, we are starting a new exploration program, very systematic, based on the data we have acquired at the scale of the project, and of course to discover additional zones along strike. We have active partnerships. I just mentioned Wapatik. We will start drilling also on the Munishiwan property, which is a joint venture with Soquem in the Elmer region. It's a gold, copper, silver project, very interesting, related to the peripheral zone around an intrusion. We have also the strategic alliance with Soquem in Far North Quebec, the Rex and Rex South properties. We will reactivate the way we do business. Over the past years, we have signed 32 joint venture agreements with 18 different companies. This was an edge against risk. This led to the discovery of many prospects on mineralized zones at the scale of Quebec, and we will continue that way by attracting good partners on the project we have generated at the scale of the province. Briefly, we have a good capital structure, $20 million in the bank. 82 million shares outstanding. The stock has never been consolidated, no rollback over the 36 period of existence for the company. And the ownership is robust, with many Quebec-based institutions and private shareholders. And thank you for your attention.
Would you like to see if there's questions?
Yes, if, yeah, I'm ready for any question you may have.
Just a moment, we'll bring a microphone to you.
Jean-Marc, just wondered with regard to the top of bedrock drilling at Elmer, whether you also did the basal till sampling or just the top of bedrock?
Yeah, we did. A clear objective was to sample the top of the bedrock to get a better appreciation of the gold background, you know, along the prospective strike length. Saying that, we have collected, of course, the basal till, and it will be analyzed later. The first priority was really to have a sense of the alteration pattern on gold background from the bedrock.
Thank you.
You know, in fact, you know, the reverse circulation drill fences have been designed according to what we know about the length of the Patron zone, which has a 600 meter of strike length, and we design the drill fences every 300 meters to have a chance to uncover comparable zones along strike. Thank you.